And I was like, I'm great. Good evening. Good evening. Please have Thank you. Good evening. I'd like to call the Clover Garden School Board of Directors meeting October 10th, 2023 to order at 6:36 p.m. Ms. Verakin, the role and mission of the board.
The role of the board, we are entrusted to care for the current school and stay focused on the vision for the future school. No trust, no unity, no progress. Mission, Clover Garden School will foster community, generate enthusiasm, challenge students academically, and produce successful citizens.
Thank you. Has everyone had a chance to review the agenda for this evening? Any additions or changes? Do I have a motion to approve tonight's agenda? Mr. Huffine, second. Ms. Murrell, all in favor? Has everyone had a chance to review the minutes from the September 12th meeting? Are there any changes or concerns from those minutes? Do I have a motion to approve the minutes from September 12th? Ms. Foster, second. Ms. Murrell, all in favor? Ms. Verakin, do we have anyone for public comment tonight?
No, ma'am.
That moves us on to finances. Ms. Simmons.
Board of Color, you'll have the September 2023 budget for your review and approval.
Has everyone had a chance to review that budget? Are there questions? Do I have a motion to approve the September 2023 budget? Ms. Murrell, second. Ms. Russell, all in favor? Next is principal updates. Ms. Spencer and Mr. Feldman.
We are all just so pleased to have this blended on staff with us at the high school this year. After a year of struggling through offering Spanish instruction last year and having multiple substitutes, it's really been a lifesaver. And I just want you to know that clearly you captured your students' hearts and minds, and we just look forward to all that you're going to offer them this year and beyond. So thank you for joining us tonight, and you are celebrating Hispanic Heritage Month, correct?
Correct.
Do you want to
Yes.
tell the people that have assembled tonight a little bit about what they're going to hear the students inform?
Hey, I want to tell you that I am so happy to be at Clover Garden. Feel so proud of all my students. They are excellent kids and I'm learning from them. I used to teach elementary, so this is new for me. You know, anything about Canvas and many other things I'm still learning. But the joy that I have every morning to come and teach the children, nothing can change. I will not treat that for something else. And my desire is that my students will learn about the culture and will love it, but also that later on, when they will be looking for a job, that they will have a better opportunity and that they can serve others with the knowledge that they have. It's also a challenge because I have students that are fully bilingual. So what do you do with those that don't know anything, those that know a lot and not to be bored? So everybody knows now that I love music. I love music. I went to college. I had a degree in international relations, but I also went to college for music. My idea was to become a singer, but because my priority was international relations, by the time I end up going and sign up for the singing lessons in college, everybody took those, and I ended up having lessons for directing a choir. And how about that? And we have a big selection of songs. We have songs for body parts, time, days of the week, months, you name it, for animals. And I am very happy that some of them don't even like singing, but they are doing it. Very good. Raise your hand if you like singing. Okay, now, right, if you know more Spanish now, since we started this year than the years before, okay? That's
There
good.
we
Let me tell you what we say. I want your kids to have a wax museum. So what is a wax museum? When they go to the internet and they find somebody that is like you, this is Hispanic Heritage Month. And then we find a Latino that had a great impact in the world, in America here. And some of them are going to be soccer players. Other people are going to represent singers, people that are in comedy, and they have to dress up like the character. And then they have to tell me about that person. Okay, once they are done with that, they are going to have a quiz about singing time. Okay, they have to tell me all the ways that you can tell time in Spanish. Some people thought it was just one time. No, it's more than that. And after that, they are going to tell me about a recipe, the ingredients, the process about making that, and they are going to bring, well, if they're going to talk about pupusas, they're not going to bring a pupusa for everybody, but maybe one pupusa, we cut it in pieces and everybody has a share. So they learn also that way. Right now, we have, how many songs are we singing? Cuatro, muchachos en español, cuatro. The first song, what is the name of the first song? Okay, what is the song los pollitos dicen? Check bang. Okay, very good. It says, los pollitos dicen, the six say, what do they say? Pío, pío, pío. What is the meaning of cuando tengo hambre? Yeah, hungry. Cuando tengo frío. La gallina busca. Déjenlos por. Ajá. El maíz y el trigo. Les da la comida. Y les presta abrigo. Bajo sus dos alas. Acurrucaditos. No. Duermen los pollitos. Hasta el otro día. See, my idea is not only that they sing, but they know what they are singing, which is very important. So I'm going to ask you, okay? Muchachas, arriba. Este es de muchacho. ¿Cuál es el que era el muchacho? Okay. Uno, dos, tres.
Los pollitos dicen, pío, 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 cuando tienen hambre, cuando tienen frío, la gallina busca, el trigo, y les presta abrigo, bajo sus dos alas.
Muy bien, silencio, silencio. Ok, canción número 2.
De colores se visten los campos en la primavera.
And remember, you're quiet, then you can hear. Okay, this is our last one. Well, your children can come to school. What is that, La Bamba? What is the name of the author of La Bamba? Richie Valens. Richie Valens, yes. Who was Richie Valens? Very good, what's the singer? Yes. Very good, very good. They will tell you all kinds of details about it. Okay, now this one, of course, is the cumbia. We have a bunch of kids that wanted to dance the cumbia too, but I told them not.
Good job.
Gracias, thank you, gracias.
Thank you. Great job.
Thank you, gracias, thank you.
Oh, okay. You're gonna go to the. That was awesome. They were good. Oh, like a sweet one. I don't know how you follow that, Mr. Feldman, but you know. Good luck. Yeah, I think you should sing the rest of your presentation and update. Thank you, Amy. He couldn't get closer before. Yeah. You should have brought an instrument.
Solo, acapella, right now. Go, go.
Every age level, both campuses. He's ready to go, and what you saw under this way, he's delivering the same punch. And we're gonna have your group out for market day, right? Weekend. So I wanted to make sure that you had a chance to meet Mr. Harper, but also to have him come in and talk a little bit about what he's doing at this campus and also what market day has got from.
All right, thank you, sir. Well, my name is Mr. Harper. Once again, this is my 11th year teaching. So I have great experience working with students and with kids. The program I was part of when I got there had no marching band at all. So you can imagine, hey, the administrator said, hey, I want you to build the band. Okay, from nobody. So guess what? I ran down every last classroom. Ask any kid, can you play an instrument? I can play the radio. You're hired. Can you that's what I did. You ask me not, it's true. And in years' time, years training, we developed a band program, which I'm very proud of. And now one of my students who was under has taken over in Flower City. So it's nice to know that it's passing on to him, and he's doing some great, wonderful things there. But enough about Jordan Matthews. I'm here at Clover Garden. I'm very glad to be here. When I first walked in these doors, I said, yes, it is great opportunities here. there's this wonderful opportunity to, for me to be part of not only just the kids' lives, but part of the family's life too, because I'm a people person. I literally talk to, if there's somebody stranger that came through here, I will literally go talk to them. I have no fear of that, because to me, people are important. Can they make a difference in our world, in our community? And I believe that they can. And it's through the art of music. Clover Gardens means a lot special because I have worked from with the previous band director that was here for a while back when the first school got started. And I worked with his kids for a week. And I fell in love with this place, only he wasn't giving up his job anytime soon. So now I'm here, and I'm happy to say that the former days of the band program are coming back. Not only is it coming back, but it's going to shoot over and beyond what we've done. But we got to start from somewhere, right? This weekend, we're going to Roseville, North Carolina, to the high school marching festival. It's a small competition, but I believe the kids are going to have a great time. I want them to have fun with it, because when I heard the story, it really broke my heart, the fact that they didn't have a band director, and lack for a better term, and I don't know if it was true or not, but the program was going to go away if they didn't have anybody. I said, no kid deserves to be without music. And I'm gonna step up to the plate. And we're small, but yes, but we have been known in my experience to be a small band with a big sound. These kids have worked their tails off. They have worked hard. And I told them, say, guys, we're gonna have fun Saturday. I'm not caring about a bit plastic trophy that's going to rust away. That's not the whole point of it. Are we going to have fun? Are we going to learn a lot? Are we going to experience something that they have never experienced before? And the answer is yes. At the same time, however, I am a winner. I will do whatever I got to do to win. Not cheat, but win. And I have done it. You can ask any of my family members. I will do what I got to do. And I'm glad to be here. But I did tell them November 4th, Carrie Band Day, y'all better bring it. Because yes, we're having fun and all that fun. And that's great, yeah. But I plan on kicking tail too. Because they've worked so hard. And you should see their faces, how they lit up yesterday. Every after school rehearsal, Monday and Thursdays. They have endured a lot. It was a culture shock when I got here. I'm old school. They learned not to be late.
Good.
One time. They were on time for us. But they're a great bunch of kids. And I have the opportunity to work with them. And it's really a pleasure, and it's a blessing in disguise for me. So I'm very happy to be here at Clover Garden. Got some awesome admin. They understand everything that I need. They have provided. It's just a great place to be at. So the kids are also going to be performing at the fall festival as well. So we're planning on getting these kids exposed to the community. Okay, not just only playing as well, but serving our community. They're going to be doing hard work. They're going to do it because they need to know that people are rooting for them. But at the same time, I believe in giving back. I believe in what you put in, you got to give out. I do this myself. I practice what I preach. I give lessons. I give to people. There's some kids that are less fortunate. I do help them out. I love doing it. Me and my wife started our own music lesson business. And it's really taken off. And I'm excited to be part of this community where education is valued, people matter. But at the same time, we're going to rise. So I don't have a song for y'all. I'm sorry. But if you come to the, I invite you guys to come to the festivals. If you come to, I know it's short notice, but if you can't come Saturday, great. But definitely come out and support us on Carrie Band Day at the 4th. These kids are, they're excited. They're a little nervous, But I told them they're gonna be fun. I'm gonna be right there. I'll be the biggest cheerleader out of everybody. That crazy man that's on the sideline, that's me. Because I'm proud of them. And any kid that wants to come through these halls, they want to learn music, I'll teach them.
Thank you.
Great.
Thank you, Nate Harper. We're glad you're here.
You have any questions for Mr. Garland?
Yes,
Not right
you
now.
will.
Good to hear. Good to hear that the program's coming back and everything. Thank you.
Oh, absolutely.
Just want to say a few things. I get the blessing of being at both campuses. So I've seen Mr. Harper in the high school world and also on K-8 campus. He had little second graders the other day learning Italian words
Mhm,
for
that's
different
correct.
types of music, and
Right.
it is really, and then of course, the very first day at the high school especially, I'm here too. I think every administrator on campus, on both campuses, was in his room, his classroom, his fourth, on the very first day, because we wanted to be part of that energy that he brings to our campuses. So it is amazing. So it is really a blessing
Absolutely.
for us and to part of our community. So we're excited about the things that are going to take place in our band program this year, and all the music our little ones are talking about as well. So,
I think he seems to be the epitome of, I'm a former teacher,
Okay.
so, I always live by, they don't care what you know until they know that you care, and I can tell you care, and that will make your program a success.
Oh, yeah, the littles, by the way, just a little self pitch, they be doing little season, so if y'all see them. Just break the bag, yes.
Thank you, Mr. Harper.
Thank you.
Recognition. Lucas, you want to come up here for a moment? So it's my great pleasure to recognize three students tonight. First of whom is Lucas Raleigh. And I'm just gonna, I don't know if that slide was up, but I'm gonna kind of abbreviate. I got that. College Board has the National Recognition Program, and it is highly selective. I want to make sure that's clear. There are awards to go out. The particular award that's given to Lucas was called the Rural and Small Town Recognition. Okay, and with that, College Board has a program where they celebrate underrepresented students who excel academically on College Board assessment, including the PSAT, MSSPT, which we get in short of. The PSAT 10 and AP exams. And students can include this academic honor on their college application. Of course, any little bit of help you can get to get where you want to go, you should go on your resume, go on your application. You treat it like your recommenders know that you've been getting this work and talk about it. At a time when it's becoming increasingly hard for students to be quote seen during the college recruitment process, the College Board celebrates students like Lucas who are at times overlooked but have shown outstanding academic. The criteria for eligible students include a GPA of 3.5 or better. Wonderful, excellent assessment scores that are within the top 10% of assessment takers in the state for each award program. And have earned a score of 3 or higher on 2 or more AP exams. Okay, so not easy to be recognized in this program. And you must also, of course, attend school in a rural or small town, which we all know Clover Garden is. So it is my great pleasure. And the parents are here and they want to come get a photo, bring them up. The National Rural and Small Town Award.
Thank you.
Thanks for representing us so well.
Yeah.
You're an honor. We talked about this a little bit recently. Thank you, Chief, for this tonight. Be recognized in front of the board. The National Merit Scholarship Corporation provides letters of commendation to students like you. All right. Back in April of this year, the corporation awarded 50,000 students from across the nation with academic honors. This past September, last month, more than 2/3, which is roughly 34,000. Those who scored high in GPA were designated as commended students. Although commended students will not continue in the competition for national merit scholarships, some, like yourself, may be candidates for special scholarships offered by corporate sponsors. If you need help seeing that list, please come and see it, because there could be some free money. Okay. The criteria for eligible students included taking the TSAT, MS, BT in October 2022, meeting other program entry requirements. This was a qualifying test for entry in 2025 program. Do you want to tell the board just how close you were? 'Cause I know you shared with me to make it the cut, to go beyond that 34,000.
Yeah, so North Carolina school was 22. I had to score 22 on the rating scale. I scored 21.
Okay. So there was a big sigh there and some disappointment, but please don't let that overshadow just how incredibly you're confident. Okay. So it's my great honor, Hunter. Same goes to what I said for Lucas. Make sure you show this loud and proud on your application. Okay. Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Great job.
Full principal gratitude to you for our time so far this evening. I do want to just make sure that we highlight the accountability. That from our recent check, so internal.
So we completed our biology take-in number 2, the structure and function of the living organism. 72.3% was immediately correct. So our students did well with that. And then it was 85.7% overall efficiency. So that's really. We also have completed our Math 1 NC check-in, the first one. It was 53.8%, mean percent correct. And then we had 24.9% efficiency overall. But this gives us good data to know what we need to do to help support our students, close some of those gaps and some of the content areas they may have struggled on with their first check-in.
Lastly, I just want to bring attention to a few celebrations and student programs that we have done recently, including this Stateville High School chorus students who went to the Relay for Life in Burlington at Sock Puppet Stadium to perform back in September on the 16th. That was a wonderful opportunity to be in front center in our community, representing Beauregard. We did have back on September 25th, a field trip where approximately 40 of our juniors and seniors took advantage of the college fair down the road at ACC. We spent about an hour there, so they can get activated with some of those opportunities in front of them. And we had a kind of big farewell leading us into the October break back on Friday the 29th, where we brought closure to our All-American League festivities and had some performances there as well. Distinct scores. Dallas dance people there performing, and we recognized a few of our student winners from the contests and other competitions that we had at that particular. The rest of that morning had some community programming as well, which we may have some more to share with you next month.
Thank you. Good evening, everyone. So also, Katie reported in the drive as well, so we're going to in addition, definitely want to give a shout out, big thanks and honor to some of our teachers that have been serving as peer observers. We just finished observation round 1, where teachers are observing their peers, and so definitely just a way to build capacity, but also help to strengthen and sharpen our skills across the board. We also want to recognize the spread of all of our good career volunteers. We had I guess was it a record restoration?
Yeah.
We have a thing, here, this is the fire, and then you want to have a substitute, there's a thing to do that, but not a substitute for our teacher assistants. Who are here, they have been moving and shaking like never before, as well as young ladies that are Spanish, it's smart. And it's just with all of the testing, it was just, it's been amazing. And so we know that that's the scratching the surface. So I was here, we appreciate everything for sure. We thank you there. Under and around academic, so the two things, our staff also participated in a couple of professional development activities. One day on the last day, where they were able to submit the selection out of constant course provided. And then our patient staff also, some of them were participating. Another night training where information was there. But something exciting that happened on the half day was for our fifth graders and our special guest, which is one of our very own parents, riding the local vet. And it was a great hands-on experience for the students to be able to ask questions and learn how math impacts your career. And so they were able to ask questions, and there are a few pictures as well on the ride and a few clips where you can kind of see that experience and some math problems that they were able to work out. So that they're doing that was really cool. For them to have an experience. Tutoring going on across the board, and we've also continued with our walkthroughs, as we are going day-to-day, operations in that regard. Under, health and safety, I will, happily report that we did complete a lockdown drill, on this campus from here as well. So again, helping us to be prepared in that regard. Else that our students were able to participate in training for our state function and our supporting system. And so that's one of the 19th. And so the middle school students participated in Zoom. And our reporting system where they themselves as the students are able to, virtually were able to learn about topics around violence, bullying, harming, things of that nature. And then how to as a measure in 3 steps, recognizing what it is. So it's not really just putting it out there, but what it is, giving them the putting on the students to act, and then of course say something. So they have definitely realized that's something that we enjoy having because they're able to respond to the situation. And what I think is a good way is we also as an administrator, we've been focusing on really getting the student buy-in to whatever we need to do here. So again, just trying to cultivate community, positivity, through school expectations. So we have a few things going on. This quarter we're introducing, we have school expectations that are this quarter we're introducing our character training of the month, which is kind of just probably great coming in with anti-bullying. More will be coming about those activities, but
for academic, I wanted to let you know, we brought last month, talk to you a little bit about our Amplify, our trial, that we're running. That is currently running right now with our check-in. So that's, she was talking a little bit about our TA jumping on board, jumping completely on board, run that trial. It is taking place this week. We hope to be done. And that is, so that is working out the cake, big and all that. So the check-ins are running, we have it's up for third and the 5th and 8th grade this week, and then move into 3rd through 5th, our check-ins next week. I brought 2 things into the director's folder with AIG, a little bit with AIG, we increased our enrollment for AIG from last year to this year. For our students, we have 39 AIG identified last year. This year, we identified 48 so far on our wait list or watch list. Waiting, that have at least one data point. We're looking to identify the second data point, hopefully by December. We had 17 on the watch list last year. Right now, we have 81 on that watch list. In order to qualify for us, we have identified they have to meet 2 out of 5 criteria. That might be 90% on a national norm test. It could possibly be an I-ready test, if that's what we use. We will accept another LEA criteria if they met it there. It could be, we've got several other data points that they could also meet, but they have to meet 2. So there are a couple of students that have come to us new this year that have not met AIG status, AG, AM, math, reading, or criteria. However, we've had a lot that have come in that have met it, with that criteria. So we sent out quite a bit of this, but that's just an update. In the 9th to the 12th grade, we have 42 AIG students and 26 on that. 10 seniors graduate with that designation so far. So, that's something to be proud of, definitely for us. That's just something like fair. Moving on the other end of that is our NCSF, which is our intervention program. So I've shared that a little bit with you on there. I will go for all of them. Math has been our focus right now for this year. So I shared our tier 2, which is in the classroom that there's an intervention. I've also shared our tier 3 number, which is our full intervention. Our NCL tier is where we do our social emotional learning, and that is a pull out also. We have our student numbers broken down by grade level here. And then our NCL tier 3, where we are starting, we have a total of 25 responses right now that parents would sign up for that. And that is in Alvarado, which Ms. Reagan has probably shared a little bit with you of a social work counselor type person that's coming in that the parents would have to use their own insurance for, but she would be able to provide counseling services for them. So that constitutes this year's rate for us, as long as beyond what we would provide. So that's totally about this. And all that out.
Mr. Harper brought up the fall festival, and I knew that the fall festival lady was in the building, so kind of put her on the spot real quick, but I want to introduce you guys, and you were talking about check-in scores, and you were talking about biology, so this works out. We were clapping and excited about check-in data. So this lady right here, this is Miss Leach. She is one of our high school science teachers. So beyond the amazing things that she's doing in the classroom with her kids, she has taken it upon herself to run an entire fall festival this school year. So we're excited. And so we are very, very proud of Miss Leach. She has been working on this very, very, very hard. And she is, there's countless hours. I don't believe she had an academic break last week because she was working, even so much that she came in to meet with Miss Reagan on her birthday. Okay, so I just want you to know how dedicated she is to our school and to our programming and the opportunities that we're going to have for our fall festival. So as Mr. Harper mentioned, then I thought that would be a great opportunity for her just to kind of share with you what we're going to be doing at the fall festival, kind of what the proceeds are going to fund. This is one of our first fundraisers. This is a big deal for us. We haven't had a big fall fundraiser or a spring fundraiser in a long time. And so this is really excited. I don't want to spoil anything, but there's some things that are like classics. If you've been with Clever Garden for a long time, like Cow Patty Bingo is back. So I'm not gonna pull anything else. I want her to explain it to you, but we would love for you guys to be in attendance, at the end of the month for that fall festival. But she has done a lot of planning, a lot of organization. Shouting out to Miss Simpson as well, who is gonna be our counterpart and helping us count and calculate and keep track. So Ms. Leach, if you don't mind, do you want to tell us a little bit about the fall festival?
Sure. I'm Tracy Leach, so it's nice to meet you guys. It's the first time I've been to a board meeting. So the fall festival this year is gonna be thrown together in a little over a month, but I am very excited about it. We have some inflatables, an obstacle course, slide, 2 obstacle courses and a slide, a bouncy house, axe throwing thing, but it's fully inflatable, so no danger. And 2 basketball competition, the double basketball hoops, one for little kids, and one for bigger kids. We're gonna have a farm animal petting zoo. The high school varsity volleyball coach has offered to bring basically our entire farm to set up at Clover Garden with baby dwarf goats, a mini pony, bunnies,
You're gonna have a
Jersey
cow?
milk cow that our students can actually milk. So we're very excited about that. We're gonna have a lot of carnival games set up, hayride, food, baby's cafe, kind of provide barbecue and chicken sandwiches. We're gonna sell chips. We're working on some kind of desserts like donuts or those other things. Funnel cakes. Sorry. Something that's gonna smell good and be appetizing. Chocolate and coffee. So we'll have food taken care of, temporary tattoos, glow sticks, all the fun things from a festival. So hopefully it's gonna be a great time, a good community event. Something that can bring families together and just get out, and I hope that the weather, it'll probably rain because it hasn't rained in 2 months, but hopefully it's gonna be really nice and really pretty and we'll be able to have a good event. The money proceeds of the fall festival are going to high school science. So we're building this brand new high school and we would like some new equipment for science department, some hands-on and manipulative things. It's hard to, I think one of the hardest things for students to understand is mitosis and how cells divide, and how DNA codes for proteins. So we found some really cool hands-on manipulative things. So it blows it up instead of microscopic world that people can't wrap their head around. These will be hands-on manipulatives big enough for them to see and understand. Microscopes, scales, hot plates, Bunsen burners, chemistry glassware, all the things that should be in a science lab. So that's what we're looking for. Be able to provide our students with a lot more hands-on learning. And they love labs. We are still doing them at Integrity, and it's a challenge every day. All and equipment back and forth from the house, and we can't really store it there, but it's have my own helpers. Anyway, there's a lot of work going into the fall festival. We've got a lot of volunteers and a lot of people helping. Miss Pascal, Miss Simpson, Miss Small. I shouldn't have started naming people. I'm gonna forget people. Ms. Odie, lots of people. So hopefully it's gonna be a great time. I do hope that everybody will come out and support us and be a good fundraiser.
Thank you. Sounds exciting.
Thank you, Ms. Lake. She also left out, she's doing a pumpkin decorating contest. They're collecting candy in the car line, like it goes on and on. So our kids are very excited about this. And I'm excited as a director because we have so many new families. And this is finally going to be an opportunity for us to kind of mix and mingle with so many new students and new families and our current, families that have been here a long time. It's a really neat opportunity, I think. And it is not going to rain, but it is a full moon weekend. So it's going to be wild and crazy all the way up to that Friday. So Ms. Leach, thank you.
Thank you.
Do you need anything, Ms. Leach? Any donations, paper towels, things like that? Just to
Yes, I think donations would be great. We try to set it up so we don't have to have sit down
Mhm.
meals, just grab a sandwich, bag of chips, drinks, not plates and utensils, but paper towels, any kind of donations of larger items that we could use for our raffle. I forgot our raffle, we're gonna have a raffle. Lois and Melvin has already donated a grill. We've got a couple smaller items. So we're looking for other items like that that we can raffle off. The cow patty bingo is gonna be a big hit, I think. And sponsors and I think sponsors and items to raffle would be my biggest things that I'm trying to get under control in the next 2 weeks.
And are there things that, ways that we could volunteer? Are there areas where you need help? I mean, that evening?
Yes, absolutely. There is a volunteer sign up sheet that went out in Miss Reagan's Sunday message, along with, I think the hot link for sponsorship opportunities went out as well. Hopefully that's gonna be posted on the Clever Garden Facebook page this week. We are pre-selling tickets for the cow patty bingo and wristbands for kids to students and adults to buy that are all inclusive for the rides. That pre-sale will go through Friday, October 20th. Yeah, the volunteer sign up genius link and sponsorship opportunities link.
Thank you.
Let me get these kids out.
They're fine. Bye. Is that it? Okay. Thank you. Another great update and meeting. Okay, that moves us down to committee updates. Any updates for governance? Oh, man. There are no finance updates. Academic?
No update, that's what our administrators have already given us.
Okay. Mr. Huffines, long range planning committee.
I don't know if y'all can see, I'm gonna get up. There's
Good luck.
photos. Yeah. I can get. Y'all see the things?
No,
Kind of.
I mean, I can see the screen, but the colors aren't there really. I read
So-
the newsletter.
Yeah, so everything's pretty much in the Sunday message, nothing really additional to share, so. So right now we're looking at around Thanksgiving, so we ran into some delays with our elevator installation crew. They're actually gonna start this Friday, so all the equipment's there, that's the good news. Bad news is they're having a hard time getting. What I've been told is, and I've talked to other folks, there's not many elevator installers. And they go through all throughout the country, so that's what we're waiting on. So we're looking at final completion, hopefully November 21st. Just right around the corner is Thanksgiving. So I just want to share a few photos. I'll just run through them. I know you can't see them, but a lot of them are in the Sunday message. So painting, so that is actually the art room. So we actually have our casework, which is our countertops, cabinets. So they came in last week, so they've started installing those throughout the building, various rooms. Go ahead and go to the next one. So that's a picture of the band room, new band room.
Has he seen it? Have you been over there? Oh.
So at some point, I would like to kind of give you the little grand tour of the band room. I can sing, but it's not very good. So this picture, the reason I'm showing this picture is our blinds. This one will be automatic, with a switch on the blinds. The other one's, just with a hand, but all windows are getting blinds. So those were started installed last week. Okay, go to the next one. So this is our stadium seating common areas. Obviously, it's not finished, but it's getting there. So you can see the steps there. We got the handrail to go in. And if you kind of look at more in the picture, you see a lot of our ceiling tiles have been installed. So they're mainly concentrating on the second floor, where it's less busy with all their crews. They're mainly on the first floor, like electricians. So they're focusing on the second floor, get everything complete, and then they'll go to the first floor. So we can go to the next one. So we've done a lot of sidewalk, a lot of concrete has been poured in the last couple of weeks. So they are probably about 90, I would say 95% complete on the concrete. Looks really nice out there. Go ahead and go to the next one. There's the band room again with the elevator equipment. So the elevator equipment will not be in there when you get started. So, again, that's the missing elevator. They'll start working on that Friday. That's our well house. They put the chain link fence around it to keep it secure. So that's all complete. Again, that's the front picture. I think the last time I showed this picture, we did not have the concrete poured. So actually, there's the landscapers have started some of their work, and actually this area has already got the mulch, covered with dirt. So they put a lot of mulch down. So this is they started flooring this week. So this is the second floor. Again, what I was mentioning, they're going to concentrate on the flooring on the second floor and obviously go down to the first one. So they're gonna have to kind of, tape it off, trying to keep all the traffic off of it as much as possible. Again, that's the second floor. That's actually a view of the art suite and the dance room. So you can see the nice lightings and that's LVT flooring throughout the building. It's very nice flooring. A lot of different colors. You'll see a lot of different various colors throughout the building. All right, so this is another picture. Yeah, I took this one today. And so they're almost finished, just a small little sliver to be done. So that's all concrete. It'll be all landscaping, trees, bushes, all around there. So it's gonna look really nice. I want to highlight one of these features because I kind of envision a lot of folks kind of hanging out in this rear courtyard, also with the front courtyard. So I'm really looking forward to this area. Again, that's another view of the hallway on the second floor. I believe we had okay, so there's another, that's the teacher lounge. Something that Clover Gardens never had, so I'm really looking forward to this room. It's gonna be a very nice facility, nice room for the teachers and staff. Again, they put that floor in this way. Again, there's the mulch. Some of the data picture there. It's really coming together really nice. That's an older picture of the courtyard. Hey, there's our school crossings on the road. Signs. This pace town will be 45. So for you speed demons out there, slow down. So it's 55 right now. I didn't look at it. I'm not calling out any names. I'm just saying, but no, it's unposted 55 and it will be 45 school zone 35. And the DOT actually restriped the road as well. They've been restriping a lot of roads in the county. And this happened to be one of them. So it was perfect timing. Science rooms. Again, put the cabinets in. Go ahead and go to the next one. I believe they finished the ceiling tile. It's stairwell. You see the fire alarm. They've been really working. The electricians have been there every day. It's either lights or fire alarm or whatever. There's a lot of electrical pieces to this project. So they've been here just about every day. Outside of that, that's pretty much it. Anybody got any questions? We're about 93% complete. Brand new furniture we got going in around the second or third week of November. All brand new furniture. That's all been scheduled. It's all in. So it's all in Kernersville. So it'll be shipped and delivered and installed. So we're getting there.
There's your aerial.
Oh, there's that, yeah, so this area is it's a little dated, I mean, it's end of September, so you can see a lot of the concrete sidewall. They still got a little bit of paving to do, couple days, 2 or 3 days left of paving, finish the driveways. They gotta do all the seeding and mulching, spraying the grass out there. Just hope for some rain, a little bit of rain, not during fall festival. Just for school, so, yeah, that's it. Anybody got any questions? All right,
Thank you, Mr. Hubbard.
Yep.
Fundraising committee?
No.
Okay. So that takes us to our new business. There is no old business. Ms. Haskell. You have a new academic requirement?
Yes, ma'am. So, Mr. Feldman and myself attended the regional meeting for athletic directors, a few weeks back in September. And they, gave us the new wording, and it's effective of, October 30th of this year. So they picked in the middle, right after fall sports, right before winter sports. And I also submitted the changes for it. So in the past, we were considered a hybrid format, so our eligibility academic requirements were based off of passing 4 of 6 classes, that being a combination of 2-block, 2-year-long, or 3-block, 3-year-long. With this new implementation for starting on the 30th, the wording now is to be eligible to participate in interscholastic athletics. A student must be in good academic standing. For the purposes of this rule, a student shall be deemed to be in good academic standing under the following circumstances. And that circumstance being the student passed at least 70% of their courses, period. So with that being said, they're not taking into account if we're a block schedule, if we're a hybrid schedule or anything. They're just looking at our semester, 6 classes, 70% of those classes have to be passed. So now instead of looking at our 4 classes with that combination, we're going to need our athletes to be passing 5 of 6 classes to be eligible per the state. So also in that document, I put what reads in page 30 and continues to page 31 in our handbook. And my proposed change was for 6th and 11th grade must take a minimum of 6 classes, 3-block, 3-year-long. And instead of putting the combination of 2-block, 2-year-long, 3-block, 1-year-long, we put must pass the minimum of 5 classes, period. And the same thing for beyond Clover Garden, because we always have a higher expectation than just our standard state requirements. We also, Clover Garden has a quarterly policy as well that we expect. We check per quarter whether an athlete met 4 out of 6 criteria to be eligible for the next quarter, even though the state only looks at semesters. So with that, the second part of that proposed change is for our quarterly policy in the handbook to mimic the state policy for the semester as well, to where it will say in order to be eligible, the minimum must pass the minimum of 5 classes during the last quarter completed prior to the period of participation per Clover Garden policy. So that, and like I said, the state gave us that at our regional meeting and said this is effective October 30th, no ifs, ands, or buts. I will say they did propose that there might be some kids that were eligible this past fall that are playing a fall sport right now. And soon as October 30th hits, they're ineligible and will not be able to try out for winter based off the same grades that they were eligible in the fall. But I will say for our high school athletes that we did not have someone that met that to where it pertains to them but I also think that has a lot to do with our grade check policy and for holding our expectations and our standards higher. And so I don't have any reservations with moving forward with, of course, got to move with the state, but also that quarterly requirement to change that in our handbook as well.
Are you waiting for us to vote to roll it out to parents, or have you kind of started doing?
Yes, no, I was waiting for it
Okay.
to vote so we could send it all out. The state part, of course, is just automatic, but I was waiting for the vote so then I can send it all out in order for these winter sports that are about to start on the 30th.
Normally, we don't ask for an amendment to the student and parent handbook during the school year. But given the rollout of this, we felt like that was appropriate to pay at the end for her current approved student and parent handbook to reflect.
Through everything. Any questions from Ms. Gaskell?
kind of odd for them to make a change.
It was, Mr. Feldman can, I'm sure can speak to it as well, but I don't know if they've ever made a change that has that big of an impact here instead of the
Yeah.
beginning or at the end.
Right.
Instead of in between playing season. So it's a lot of moving and shaking for everyone throughout the state to make sure everyone's meeting that requirement.
Like they want to keep you on your toes or something.
Yeah, ready. Get us ready for basketball.
That's right.
Before they go, also, did you have any athletic updates?
Oh, yes, I would love to share some athletic updates. So we're coming to the end of our fall season. With that being said, we hosted our first half-day skills camp, the half day, the 29th before we got out for break. Softball volunteered to be the first trial run of our skills camp. And we had 15 or 16 girls sign up, girls and a couple boys as well. And they had a blast out there. They were having so much fun. They came in for a snack and they were all chatty. They learned a lot of things. With that camp happening, our varsity and a couple middle school athletes actually ran the camp with Coach Ward. So these younger kids, there were more so, we had a set of like 4th and 5th graders, and then a smaller set, about half that were more kindergarten, 2nd grade. So we were able to split those up and actually run basically 2 separate skills camps pertaining to their age. So it was age appropriate. And they had a blast. They got to interact with the older girls, and my older students got to actually be around some younger kids as well. And it was phenomenal. And then actually the next day, we had our first ever Grizzly golf tournament that we had at Quaker Creek. We had the max amount of teams that we could take were 30, and we had 30 teams on top of 6 on our wait list as well. It was a phenomenal day. Miss Morris actually came out there and helped and ran a couple stations and ran around some volunteer hours as well. But the best thing about it was we pulled in people from our families in our school from all sorts of age groups. We had athletes that played in there. We had grandparents, uncles, community members, and things of that nature. Hole sponsorships. There were 18 holes that we need sponsored. We had 26 sponsors. So we had people doubled up.
Wow.
Community, we got to really peg into, we had a very good event sponsor who happened to have a niece that goes here, and we had no idea. That was with Talon Medical.
Oh, great.
As well, but it was a phenomenal day, and I actually have a slideshow for you guys until we got back to the cafeteria, so I don't know if I could plug it up. But the best and the most common thing that you saw is everyone was smiling and just had the best time, and they were out there for probably 6 hours, I think. So it was a really good success, and it's definitely something that we look to do annually now because it actually was a community piece, and we really enjoyed it. But those are all of my updates. Yeah,
Would
absolutely.
love to see it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I want to shout out Coach and athletics in general. You know, they've been working very hard this year, and you've heard Mr. Feldman talk about, you know, the community piece that we're trying to focus on this year, and I just appreciate that on multiple levels for the tournament and the community aspect there, but also the skills days. You know, we have half days, and the whole purpose of creating half days years ago in our calendars was to be able to give our kids enrichment opportunities and activities, because, you know, we're just go home, you know, on that half day. But I'm very, very proud. She kind of took the initiative there and was like, hey, here's what I want to do. And then, you know, our whole concern, a lot of our parents and families, they were very, very concerned with the disconnect right this year. They were very concerned because we were not K-12 in one building. So I appreciate Coach, and I appreciate some of our clubs for being purposeful about finding activities to connect the 2 campuses together. You know, this is our K-8 campus, but we see high schoolers every day here. And the first time when they walk back on campus to use the gym, to do whatever, you know, practice wise, it just melts your heart because it's, you know, we're all together again. So it's a really neat thing. So thank you, Coach, for being purposeful about, you know, activities and opportunities for, you know, all of our kids to participate.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Okay, so any other questions about the new requirements? If not, do I have a motion to update?
Like, what you want.
Yeah.
She got it up there.
It's all highlighted in the folder, yeah. You should be able to pull them all out. So do I have a motion to approve the new academic requirements as presented by Ms. Pascal? Ms. Merrill, second. Ms. Foster, all in favor? Ms. Simmons, the cafeteria inspection.
This time, cashier had an inspection this month, sorry, in September. And the inspection report is in our board folder, for review, but the cafeteria scored a 98.5.
Look good. Okay, Mr. Rakin, 24-25, that just,
Move around, you'll know, yeah.
are we containing you?
Okay, so in the board folder, you can see, a drafted, calendar for next school year. Parents have been asking for this quite frequently. Traditional years, we try to have this in advance, but this has just been one of those years where other things have taken some priority to get straightened out. So now that we're running, this is a drafted schedule for next school year. So just some of the proposed changes here, was so this year, this summer with enrolling so many new students, a lot of folks, had vacations and things like that. It was kind of tough, just trying to reach our enrollment number, to be honest with you, going back to school in July. So I didn't want to lose that because we do enjoy these academic breaks that are spread out throughout the school year. Many of our families have gotten used to that, got accustomed to that, and they plan their vacations during those times. We're really trying to amp up attendance and things like that this school year as well. Trying to get them to prioritize appointments and things like that, during the breaks and things. So we did keep the breaks, but we did push back the start date of school back by like 1 week. So it's still July, but it's the very end of July. That also pushed our teachers coming back 1 more week, because it gives them a little bit more of July to get, that last little bit of summer vacation out. Before they have to come back to work. So you'll see just kind of some subtle changes there, with the start date for our students, being the 29th of July, and then our start date for our teachers at the 22nd of July. So, that gives them like 2 full weeks after July 4th holiday now versus just the 1 week and boom, you're back. So, that was kind of an adjustment there. Another adjustment that we made, having kind of touched base on this. So we love our half days. We utilize those, every half day we utilize. So they are either divided for professional development for our teachers for training, or we use it for a teacher work day. And so we only have one per year, after the school year starts, that's designated as a full teacher work day. For the most part, they're all, after 12 o'clock, when we dismiss for 11:45. So what we did was something that we've noticed can be a trend is that half day before break sometimes turns into vacations for our staff. And so Mr. Feldman and Ms. Spencer have been really intentional this year with trying to improve professional development, teaching the teachers. We want them here, not thinking about where they're going to leave, when they get off work. So we did kind of adjust where our half days fell next year. So we did keep some of them, which is, the Fridays before breaks and things like that. But those we designated for teacher work days. So if they decide to take that time off and start their vacation early, that's fine. No big deal, nothing's missed. But we did kind of tweak where the half days fell during the school year for professional development. And so it looks kind of funkier, like professional development on a Wednesday. But actually, that's a very productive day for us. Mondays and Fridays, not so much, because everybody's trying to get accustomed to what's happening on Mondays, and then on Fridays get checked down. So kind of midweek, and we try not to bump it up straight to a break. So we try to kind of break it up a little bit. So those were the main things. Still keeping our week at Thanksgiving, still keeping our 4 mental health days. Those have been incredibly valuable for our families and for our students as well. And so still getting us out of school in May. So this calendar still keeps us end of July, dismissal in May. And Ms. Nina worked very hard to try to get our teachers out before Memorial Day, but I think we have a couple of days that they'll have to come in right after Memorial Day, but they'll still be out before June. So when you tell the teachers you have the entire month of June and you have almost the entire month of July, that sounds pretty good and enticing. So that is pretty much the majority here. We're getting ready to have our first full work day on Monday, which is designated for parent teacher conferences. So that was a first that we implemented with this calendar for this year. So we are hoping that it's going to be successful and we'll continue something very similar next school year. but there is a day designated for, those conferences as well here.
Oh, just update Christmas Day. Under holidays, it's 2023.
Okay.
I didn't see anything else. Does anyone have any questions?
We do have a couple of, with this calendar, a couple of excess days. So, you know, we don't know ever what winter's gonna give us, but this does give us a handful around close to 5 days, to utilize in case for inclement weather.
How many days do we usually carry for inclement weather?
We've had 9 in the past. We've used it up to 9. Those are great until you don't use any of them. And then the teachers and kids are like, hey, we got out. If no,
No.
you do not. You still have to go. So they want to like bank them and use them at the end of the year. That's not saying. But
That's not how it
this one
works.
gives us kind of like a midway. You know,
Okay.
And then, like I said, hopefully we won't have to utilize them, but, you know, our calendar is really nice because we have that flexibility and autonomy as part of school. So as long as we get our hours in, you know, we can kind of pick and choose how it's broken up. So there are, like, say, you know, we do have inclement weather, we use all our excess days, you know, we start, you know, with like half days, you know, we start trying to use maybe some of those, and then we've got, you know, breaks and stuff in there. So you just hope that you don't have to use those, but they are there in case we need it. And then, of course, the holidays and Christmas time is always a big selling point because this calendar next year gives them 2 full weeks. And that's pretty neat.
Any questions? Do I have a motion to approve the 2024-2025 academic calendar? Ms. Russell, second, Mr. Huffines, all in favor? Anything else for open session? Want to thank everybody again for coming, participating, another great display of what we've got going on here at Clover Garden. Having the kids here tonight was great, and they did a great job. So if there are no further items, we will move into, or do I have a motion to move into closed session? Ms. Foster, second, Ms. Russell, all in favor? Under General Statute 143-318.11A1 and 5,